And we are live, I think. Sorry, just catching my breath, trying to clean up a little bit behind me before going live. Today, we are going to work on POW, like always on Fridays. I'm just going to get ready, see if there are some people who want to join our stream. If you've been with me before, you might notice the lack of the laptop screen that's usually in front of the camera, and that's because I have gotten a big external monitor. I can't believe it's taken me 40 years to get to this point, but it has. And well, not 40 years because I'm only 37, almost 40 years, but I now have my very own external monitor. I'm going to check the chat to see if my audio is on and all of that kind of good stuff. Good morning. I am guessing that my audio is on since nobody is complaining, because I did the full intro last time with no audio. But anyways, got a really good monitor. I got the suggestion from Monica that you can see in the chat, and also another person on Twitter, and their selling point was that it was also good looking, and I am really enjoying that since we are in the middle of my living room. So I'm just gonna share the link in some places because I didn't do that before going live, and then we'll jump into what we're working on today. Now I can see, now I can actually see how much lag there is, because I had the YouTube open here now that I have two screens, and I can see the lag. So if you chime in the chat, it might take me a while to get back to you, but I really enjoy when people chime into the chat, so please do that. Okay, let's share it. Okay, shared to my usual places. And I can see, do not look at myself in the stream because then I want to fix my hair and everything. Okay, we are going to go to GitHub and see what's up for us today with POW, and I'm going to start sharing my screen so I'm smaller and you can see my code. Here we are. So let's go to GitHub. It's kind of my go-to when I try to figure out what I'm working on. And also today I got a new tiny keyboard and a mouse, so I might be typing things wrong because it's a little different than what I'm used to. So my plan was for today was to do a task, change tag. Let's see, change tag. Because I think on the first stream, we made it possible to delete everything and start over, kind of a factory restore. And let me introduce you to the app because there might be some new people in here. So where are we at? POW is a privacy-first menstrual cycle journal. And as you can see on the side here, this is how it looks today. You add entries. So yesterday I could go in and you can see I've had this beautiful entry in here. But if I wanted to add something specific I wanted to log, I can do excited. That is added as a tag there, and it will show up on day 21 in your future that you have logged excited before. So that's kind of the basic of the app. What we made a couple of weeks ago was the possibility to then delete all my entries. And after you've done that, I want to give you the option to change your menstruation tag. So in the same way as you tag, you log all kinds of symptoms using hashtag, you also log your menstruation, it's such a hard word, menstruation days using tags as well. And in this test user, we use period as our tag. But people we've gotten some feedback that people want to change this. And at least I should let them be able to change this after deleting all my entries, because then there are no entries and I don't have to go in and kind of change that tag for all the entries. So that's what I was thinking yesterday, and I kind of thought I would do this issue, make it possible to change menstruation tag after deleting all entries today. But while I was making this issue, make it possible to change tag even when there are entries, I was typing it out, what did I want it to do? And I said, okay, we'd have to regex and change all the entries so that we can change period to menstruation, if that's what they change it to. But then while I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe we should just make it possible to add the tag so that I had period, but from now on, I want to do menstruation as my tag, and then I'll just add that as a tag instead of changing it. And it kind of grew on me, and this morning, so I thought, let's just skip this condition where they have to delete all their entries first, and let's just make it possible to change tags. So that's what we will try to do today. And I think I said on Twitter that I could only do 30 minutes, but my exercise class has moved. You know, there are Corona changes, all our training centers are closed, but my mother, who's also my neighbor, has a personal trainer, and she will come and we will do the exercise outside. So I am looking forward to it, but not looking forward to it. But that's me chatting, because I don't really know where to start with this issue because I didn't do any prep. So let's do what I always do, which is create the branch. And this number is, we are on 208. So I'll go in here, and I hope you can see. Let me know if I need to make the font even bigger. I think it's like, this is like 20 now, and this is 18. So check out branch. And this keyboard is hard to do. Change main tag, and I'll just write main tag because I never write menstruation correctly, and then I'll add in that. So we are at least on the new branch. I'll close down GitHub then. So at least we now know we need to change this from a single text input. We will need to have the possibility of several tags going along here. And I don't want to give them the option to delete any of them yet, but we'll have kind of, I think, like chips. They're called with MaterialUI. So I use MaterialUI as the UI or design system or framework. I don't know what we call it for this project. So let's jump into their docs and look at the chips, because I think I've seen an example where it lets you like add chips, you know. So let's see if we can find an example of that, or we'll have to make it ourselves. We will also need to change some of the business logic in the back, because it does expect it to just be one tag and it's going to be one string. And I think to make it easy, we'll just make that a string separated by commas, and then split that up, and then each word will then be a tag that's possible to use. And then we'll need to change the analytics module, because we then have to check for if it equals several tags and not just the one tag. So I'll probably not get done now because I do code a lot slower on stream, but we'll at least get going. And let me see in the chat here. So hello, people. Good morning. I like that people are still saying good morning. I don't know. It's still, you know, it's not midday yet. And I guess you're on 1 hour. Some of you are like an hour behind me. It's, you know, 11:40 my time. So, and yeah, good luck on your exams, Eden. Good luck. So Eden has said that she has exams, or he has exams next week. So good luck with those. Okay, what did I say? Let's do the material design. I'm not totally used to like, I have several screens now. It's pretty cool. I guess most of you do have that already, but MaterialUI, that's what we're trying to do. I need some more water. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? It's these little chips. Data display. These ones. Let's do these. Small chips. Chips playing around. Or should I just start by writing it out? I think I'm actually going to start more on the business logic side of things because I always get distracted by how it's going to look. So let's go look at that. I use Redux Toolkit in the background. So let's go to the settings module. And here we have select menstruation tag, and we select the setting tag or empty. So I guess here we need to instead have one that is select menstruation tags. Yeah, let's just start with it being that in the UI here, you can add them with a comma. And then we make all the logic work. And then afterwards, I'll make it nicer looking over here. And on this keyboard, how do I get the curly brackets? Wasn't it? I am having so much fun with a new keyboard. Ooh, things are happening other places. I got them yesterday. I was coding yesterday. Oh, Lord. I will do them on my other keyboard then. Return. So let's call this we need this. Menstruation tags string. And then we'll return. Oh, I already did that. Isn't it split? See, I never remember these things. And I guess I should have I set up tests in this project? Yes, I have. So let's start doing. Now I don't remember how I do my tests, of course. When your keyboard shortcuts aren't working. Okay. Why is it not giving me a... Lord, oh Lord. Ugh. Okay, I'm almost giving up. Now it's even bigger font. I hope at least everybody feels much more confident in their own coding after watching me. So I work on now the Mac with a new keyboard, and then I work on PC with CentOS installed. And the keyboard shortcuts are different, and I'm getting super confused. So I'm hoping this one new keyboard can help me out so that all of them have the same shortcuts, but we'll see. Okay, let's do a test, because what I want to do now is test that it actually splits the string up. Oh, it happened. What did I do? Okay. So how should our tag, our state look like? So long since I've been working on this. Select setting. Select settings. So I think it's an array. Select database, because all of this is selected. I have a more general database thing. I have a feeling not coming far today, but I'm happy you are here. Tag. We'll see. It failed. But I guess I have no result, so it should equal. Oh, somehow it got imported. as initialize database name, and I think maybe that's in databases. So this is the reason. I was talking to some ladies about TypeScript the other day. Database. Let's see what that is. And this is where TypeScript would come in handy, ladies, because then I could have more easily known what these things are called. Because then I would have defined that beforehand. There. We got there for a test. And this is the typical thing, because people will probably write it with, might write it with, you know, little differences there, but we are not going to accept that because we will make UI afterwards that will fix it. But I think also it's always good to like make it so that it could be added in. So and menses. So this should fail. Yes. So we want to go back, split, and then we need to map it. And then tag. And do I never, anybody in the chat, what's it called again when you remove the white space on each side? What's the function? Can't even spell. Trim. I should know this. I know this. I'm better at this when I'm not living it, but I will not lie. I often forget. And we're running our test and we'll see. Passed. Good job. So we then want to see every place where we use select menstruation tag. We kind of now want to use this one instead and then make changes so that it will accept an array. And thank you, Monica. Yes, trim. I'm sorry about the lag. I could have probably saved myself from Googling that, but I'm happy you're still watching. And I do hope some of the ladies from the React study group is here. If you do, you know, you can wave at me in the chat because I have been doing this for a while and I actually do get paid to do this. But when I'm doing little things like this, and especially when I'm live coding, it feels like I maybe shouldn't get paid for it. But I'm really good at getting software together and getting it shipped, but not so good at all the little details because you can Google those. So I hope that will, you know, make some of you feel more confident in your coding. Or maybe just feel like, you know, I don't want to be like her, but you do you, as Wespo said on this podcast. I think I mention him every time. So let's keep on going. So what I then do is that I just do select menstruation tag, and then I search for it, and we'll see where we can find it. And the interesting thing about this, as also from the chat I had with some of the ladies, is this was really hard for me in the beginning with JavaScript. And I know that these, especially if you use TypeScript, or I can probably learn to use code better. But coming from like Java or C# or something like that, it's like you should be able to just like click that and it knows everything. But with JavaScript, I just learned to search. So if you have a good article or tutorial on how to be a VS Code power user, I probably need that now because it's time to level up a little bit there. But so this is just a yeah, this is the cycle. This is the entry node field. Yeah, so here I use it just as an example. So maybe here we should just use the last one. So I think I'll change select menstruation tag to just take the last one, but we'll do that later. So now we will just show all the examples, so we don't have to fix that. And then in the settings form, it can also just look like a string, but it's especially here, I think we need to fix it. So here we need to use the select menstruation tag. And there I can just change. But then we'll actually change it. And then it will fail over here because it's expecting a string, I guess. Oh, maybe not. Select menstruation tag. So then we want to do menstruation tags. Oh, somebody's calling. Suspected spam. So let's drop that. Menstruation tags. And then somewhere in here, I use that menstruation tag to check. So yeah, tags. And if there's nothing, I want it to be an array. In here, I check if any of the tags can be found. So tag equals menstruation tag, but then we want to do then Monica can probably tell me if it includes or contains, because I never remember that. Okay. No. What happened here? Okay. And I think we should be able to change our tests. Let's see, because this one I have a lot of tests on. I don't know why that test isn't running. Includes, I did it. So Monica is saying, not sure how good the browser support is for includes, so I should probably check that out later. And I must say that I had this whole kind of roundabout where I kind of coded almost everything myself, like all utilities, and kind of to show that I knew how to. But then with browser support and all those kinds of things, I'm back to enjoying Lodash a lot again. I don't know how you feel about that, Monica, but especially with having a junior dev who's onboarding, I find that it's easier to just like, okay, go and look at the documentation instead of making my own, not maybe for includes, but if I, if I'm going to sort something or if I'm going to XOR something, it's easier to say, just go and look at the documentation for Lodash instead of trying to explain my personal little utility algorithms. So I kind of gone full circle on that. I used projects like Lodash. I wrote everything myself, and now I'm like, Lodash. And Monica says, I use Lodash for everything. You and me, we've gone around. I don't know if you took the full circle and made everything yourself there for a while, but I love a good module or project. So let's run all tests because we have to find that cycle test, and I guess it should not fail because we the test is set up with just one tag and it should still work, but I want to add then a little bit of extra tests. So I'm going to go full screen here now so we can actually see our tags. So let's try what happens if we add test in there. Does it fail? No. But then we also, so here there are, I guess, no, we want to do our sorted entries here. So here there are no entries. So let's go down to one that has entry. So here it says flow is the date. So with gaps between menstruation tag. So let's say, let's do one of the ones with more tests. So simple 2-cycle start. So this is a test where there are 2 cycles. So I'm guessing it's this one and this one. So if we do a period here also, and then change this one to period, it should still work. It doesn't. Let's see. So it's suddenly saying 28 is initial, next start date, expected, received. And this one should say period. So something is wrong here. But if I do, then it works again. No. Oh, wait, I think maybe I am testing that it's already expecting it to be. Yeah, I'm already expecting it to be an array. Let's have a look at this, analyze. Okay, we were in different set. I don't think I've tested this part. See, I don't remember my own code. Let's see where we're at. Select. Yeah, so these are the selectors. And okay, this just happened to come in here. And I'm guessing our analysis is actually testing this. And this should actually get the array sent in. So I don't have tests for the slice that I did change. Because here we do analyze, and that's the one we want to test now. And we send in the menstruation tags. So and here we, yeah. So then we need to go over here and do some tests. So this should be menstruation tag. Ooh. Hello. Let's see if we can finish this. Oh, I just need to gather my thoughts. So much harder coding and talking, but that's why I'm doing this. Practice, practice, practice. And I'm also doing this so it's not like 2 months since I was in this code. Okay. Menstruation tag, rename to tags. Yes, we want to do that. And then we fix that. Let's leave it like that so I don't have to fix that. And then we need to see if entry tags includes one of these tags. And this is where I go Lodash. We want to see if there's an overlap between entry tags and menstruation tags. And I think I did that in a different project just yesterday, but do I remember what the Lodash function was? No, I do not. So let's go. Oh, wrong. We need a browser. Okay. Lodash. Ooh, or maybe, no, that was I don't have that code. Okay. Would it be, because it's not an XOR, it's not a union, because that would be both of them. It was called intersection, I guess. Unique values that are included in all given arrays using same value. So we want the intersection, and then we want to check to see if the intersection is larger than 1, I guess. Entry includes menstruation tag. And then we want to do includes. Let's try to see if it can fix it for us. Includes entry tags and menstruation tags. And that's the only way it's used. And then we want to move this. And includes length. So sometimes I really like to, I might shorten it a little, but I really like to spell out what the result of the tests I'm doing actually is. And because I have come back to my own code, and there's like this very long or complex kind of Boolean something, and I'm like, but what does it actually test for? So I started to try to make these explanatory, so I don't have to do that in the comment. Oh, let's just do menstruation tag. Ooh. Okay, so let's go back to our tests. And then we have menstruation tags, and they are now expected to be an array. And my shortcuts so my good friends over at Snooty are going to make some lunch, they say, but I'm just happy you are popping by every now and then. It's very motivating. You got me on this train. Okay, menstruation tags, and then we need to fix it down here so we can just have one. And this is where we failed. Shouldn't I be able to just do this? Yeah. Ooh, wrong. Oh, wrong again. I need to get used to this keyboard. No. And I don't think about it, it works most of the time. But when I start thinking about it, it just doesn't work. So it's obviously not working. Menstruation tag, analyze entries. Menstruation tags. Includes, no. It was intersection. Ugh. Now I'm getting mad. So, at least the first one is working. Single cycle gaps between menstruation tags is working. Simple 2-cycle starts is still not working. Menstruation. So it has tags and it's checking for these tags. Let's see if I do it like this. Does it work then? Nope. Now I'm like keen to see if this was actually working before I started. Because all the other ones seems to be working. Oh, so it's only this. Of course, I need to check because it's getting menstruation, period, menstruation. So on day 0, it's getting menstruation, period, menstruation. But why is it getting that period added to it? And then on day 2, it's getting hungry, happy, happy, and it's this one. But then here it's getting, oh, because I changed this back. But why? Why is it working now? This should also work. Oh, so it was correct. So, yay! It's working. Woohoo! It's working. It's working. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I need to get more tests in place because it's a lot of fun when these turn green. So now we have the analytics is working. We don't have tests for this, but hopefully this is working. And then we should be able to start sewing it all together. So now we should be able to change this to a comma-separated list, and our menstruation should still work. And we can add a new menstruation today and just make a short day. So this is hype. I thought you were making lunch. Are you making lunch and watching my stream? Okay. There's 6 people watching. I really like this. It's a lot of fun. I have to be more organized. I need to be more organized again. That's also been one of my full circle things. Like I started out with, you know, from coming from university with very strongly typed object-oriented languages, got into the JavaScript world, kind of had to loosen up, be a little bit more like loosey-goosey with my coding to kind of get into the way the JavaScript world did things. But now I'm like, let's tighten this up a little bit. I'll use Lodash, but maybe also TypeScript. We'll see. So we have this. So let's go back then and make this updatable. I think we should use an upsert instead of an insert and just not gray it out like we do here. I'm just going to close our cycle. Well, let's keep the open, settings open. And I think there is the settings form. So I started organizing things along features. I'm not totally finished with how I want to organize it, but I really enjoy this. So like the settings form is right here, so I don't have to like look for it. So here we want to use the menstruation tag, which is, you know, not when it's not made into tags yet. I'll make a better name for this one. And we want to set values. Everything here is correct. But here we want to do an upsert instead of an insert. And then we do not want to disable it. Okay, form disabled. So it's only disabled when it's pending. Let's see if this works. Oh, it's refreshing. So let's do. Oh, so the thing is here, I think I'm regexing it a little bit in case people write it with their with a hashtag and stuff like that. So we don't want to do that. Tags from, so we'll just skip tags from text for now, and then I'll make better. I'll clean that up. A little bit of waiting today. Lots and lots of waiting. Okay. Let's see if this works then. Can't be this simple. Obviously, since something is breaking. allowed to add over here. Oh, this is not good. I'll have to fix that because let's see. So what did I add then? Did I add mensen? Maybe I didn't. Yes! Day 1! Woohoo! And then it says, so now it says next period, mensen test estimated to arrive. So what I think I should do is that I should take the last one they add, or something like that, or they'll be able to choose the main one. But I think this is pretty good progress for today. Yay! And I also have to figure out how to show them. If I should show the old ones and the new ones, I kind of have to collapse them. But this is working better than I thought. I was really happy yesterday when I came up with this solution. So I'm going to recap in a second because it's always good to recap what we've been doing, both for me, maybe also for you. Oh, there are some people lurking. I like it. I like it. I hope I'm good background noise or radio or whatever you want to look at it as. So I'm going to check this in because this is working. It's working. Even though the UI is not where we want it to be, the kind of logic of it is working. So I will work it on. Allow multiple menstruation, and I never spell it right, do I? And menstruation tags. And then I also always want to write the issue number, but I have that in the branch name because at my client work, the Jira is set up, so we're not allowed to push if not everything has kind of the short code for the project and then the number. So I'm just gonna do this, and then we can recap what we've been doing. So I want to look at my GitHub then. Did I close it down or? Yes. So what have we been doing today? We have been working on POW, the Privacy First menstrual cycle journal that I am making. I think a lot of people think it's not out yet, but it is. I have shipped it, and I'm continuously improving upon it, but it does work, like you've seen how it works, and I use it, and 30, 40 something other people are using it as well. So if you know anyone who needs a menstrual to take charge of their menstrual cycle, I guess is my my tagline, then in a privacy first kind of way, then you can send them to usepow.app. And it's $4.50 a month or $45 a year. And a 60-day, no question asked refund policy. So that was a sales pitch. But anyway, today I started out thinking I would make it possible to change menstruation tag after deleting all entries, because I've had this thing where I can't let people change their tag because the tag can be in the middle of the text in entries. So my thinking was that if they were able to change the tag, then I would have to go through and do like a regex on all the entries. And if that failed partly or something like that, you know, it became like this big thing. So I thought, okay, I'll just make it possible after they delete all their entries and want to start over. But while I was writing that, I always like to write kind of like I did here. At a later point, it should be allowed to change the tag at any point. And then I wanted to have a reference number. So I started making that issue. And while I was typing out the issue, so this is why I always, even in personal projects, have issues. And I just use GitHub because it's only usually just me. But I know that there are some great software out there. I think if you are still here, Monica, you could chime in the chat, the one that you were using that you really liked. But anyway, I really enjoy making these issues. And whenever I have like an idea of something I want to implement, I try to create an issue for it, sometimes just with the simple title. But so yesterday I started writing out this. It should be possible to change tag whenever even when there are entries at a later point, I thought. So I wrote out my option, either regex and change all entries. And that's when it hit me. I could also just make it possible for them to choose several tags as their menstruation tag. So I wrote that out. And then this morning I thought about it. And today on this stream, we implemented it. So I really recommend that. Writing things out, either in a notebook. I do that a lot for drawing how I want things to look. But for more business logic, I often just write out issues so that I have reminders for future self. Because there has been times when I haven't worked on this app for a month or so, and then it's hard to come back and remember all the things that you thought you would do. So that's a tip from me to you, and you can take it or leave it. And we'll see where. So I think, so one person says, yes, I do that too. Cool, it's not only me. And then Snitty is saying it's interesting how you're handling that, and that they never tried it. Try it and get back to me on how that works out for you. So we started today with no possibility of changing the tag. You can now change it. It doesn't look good, but the logic worked. We managed to use a new tag to trigger a new cycle. A new cycle in our cycles, menstruation life? I don't know. I need to learn more vocab, at least English vocab around the around menstruation, since that's what I'm making an app for, or have made an app for. But that's all for today. We managed to do it in an hour, and the hour is up. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm then gonna eat lunch. I'm gonna have a chat with another SaaS founder, and then I'm gonna do that exercise that got postponed. And I could barely walk today because we did it on Tuesday, but I think it's good for me, or I know it's good for me. So bye-bye. See you next Friday, I hope.
Ha det!
And that was Ola. Ha det!